Hello everyone. We are beginning with today's topic double fertilization, and for this I had told you that you should know the diagram perfectly well. Here, this diagram, have you practiced that and familiar with the labeling of it? Only then today's topic will be clear to you. So, try to understand this diagram perfectly well in the beginning, and then you can understand today's topic, that is the double fertilization. It is all diagram based. If you know the diagram perfectly well, you can know the theory. So for easy understanding to you, I have drawn a very big diagram over here, and let me tell you the labeling for that. This is the female I have drawn. This is the stigma of the carpel. This is the style. Then this is the ovary. What is inside the ovary? Let us see. This is the embryo sac, the topic which were done previously. Now, inside this central cell, there are 8 nuclei. You remember we had done about the 8 nuclei and 7 cell condition. Okay, so the 3 cells at one end, this is the chalaza end, and this end is the micropyle end or pole. So this is the chalaza end, and because the micropyle is here, the pore, it is called micropyle end. Now, what is the arrangement of the 8 nuclei over here? 1, 2 and 3 are the antipodals. 2 are at the center, known as polar nuclei. 3 are at opposite end, the micropyle end. 1 and 2 are known as synergids. The third one is known as the egg cell. These are the integuments. Now, let us have a look at the pollen grains which have come and fallen on the stigma. You can see that some pollen grains fail to germinate. It is not so that if all the pollen grains which are falling are successful in germinating, and this is successful in germinating, this is also successful in germinating, but see, the pollen tube is not moving ahead. This pollen is successfully making the pollen tube. So this is the, I have drawn the pollen tube in red color so you can distinguish easily. So this is the pollen tube. It's moving like this here, and from the micropyle end it has come through the pore. Correct? Now I have drawn these 3 inside nucleus. You remember the vegetative cell and the generative cell. So the generative cell has divided into 2. That 2 are known as the male gametes. This vegetative cell is used up in giving nutrition to these 2. Up to here everything is clear. So the pollen tube which had come through the style, growing towards the micropyle and entering the embryo sac for fertilization, is having 2 male gametes. Now what is going to happen to this? Now this one here, one male gamete is going to enter, another will also enter, but from where it is entering, can you see the synergid? Here through the filiform apparatus, the pollen tube is entering and this male gamete is released inside. One will fertilize the egg cell. One male gamete will come and fuse with this. Another male gamete released inside and go towards this side. Here, polar nuclei. What is going to happen as a result of that? The one male nuclei, one male gamete fusing with the egg cell forms the zygote, embryo. So, what is the chromosome makeup of it? It is 2n diploid. What is happening to the other male gamete? This one, it is moving in and coming over here and it is fertilizing this polar nuclei. So this is 1n, 2n, the male gamete coming over here. So 1, 2, 3. It is become 3n, which is known as triple fusion. This one fertilization is taking place over here by one male gamete, another male gamete coming and fertilizing the polar nuclei. So two places fertilization is taking place and hence the name of this process is double fertilization. What is the result of all this process? The fertilization taking place over here is the true syngamy. As a result, the embryo or the zygote is formed and this is going to become the baby plant in future. This is going to become, as a result of fertilization, is going to form the baby plant embryo. Then what is this? Here also fertilization is taken place by this male gamete with this. That triple fusion is going to form the endosperm. What is endosperm? That is the food for this growing baby plant in future when seed will be formed. So endosperm is the stored food for this one. Here I will make a very crude comparison between the egg of a bird. You have seen the white portion albumin, yellow portion the egg, that is the food for the growing chick. So the yellow and white portion is compared to this. This is the food for the baby plant. And on the yellow portion of the egg there is the embryo and that embryo is this. So in the bird's egg the embryo is going to become the young bird and here this is the young plant. So this comparison between the egg I have made, so it becomes clear to you that how this is the embryo sac, in future it is going to become. So when this is fertilized, afterwards the seed is formed, endosperm is this and the baby plant is this. Let us see the theory that I have over here, that is the double fertilization. Okay, ready everyone? It is, first we have seen the diagram and had a look at it. Now we will see the theoretical portion. Pollen tube enters the embryo sac through any one of the synergids. So here pollen tube is entering through any one synergid, this synergid or this synergid. It releases two male gametes into the synergids So where is that? Here. This will disintegrate. This is the vegetative cell. This 1 and 2 male gametes released inside. One male gamete moves towards the egg cell and fuses with the nucleus. Here, one male gamete fuses with the egg cell. The other male gamete moves towards the polar nuclei. Here, two polar. Where are the two polar nuclei? Over here. So, another male gamete moves towards this and fertilizes this. So, zygote is 2n diploid and the central two polar nuclei which are fertilized are known as primary endosperm nucleus. It is 3n. So, here the fertilization takes place. The resultant is 3n. And when here fertilization is taking place, it is zygote is 2n. This is triple fusion as two polar nuclei and one male gamete fuse here. Two types of fusion take place, syngamy and triple fusion in an embryo sac. Hence the phenomena is termed as double fertilization. The central cell after the fusion becomes the primary endosperm cell. Which is going to become primary? This is becoming PEN, primary endosperm nucleus. This is becoming the baby plant embryo. And develops into endosperm, PEC. It is reserved food material for developing embryo, while the zygote develops into the embryo itself, the baby plant. So here we have seen the double fertilization topic, correct? If you follow the diagram properly, you can write the answer on your own. Just say that how the pollen is germinating, how the pollen tube is moving, then how the pollen tube is coming inside the embryo sac. Two male gametes are formed, vegetative cell disintegrates, one male gamete fuses with the egg cell, another male gamete fuses with the polar nuclei. So do follow the diagrams. Afterwards, I am going to give you assignment to draw the diagrams and send them to me. The first chapter. Draw on a clear page with labeling and send it to me of the first chapter. I am talking about the first chapter. Now, in this chapter we had seen how pollen grains are formed, how the female gametophyte is formed. Now today we have seen fertilization has been taken place. So what is formed? The baby plant, the embryo is formed. Now how is the further development taking place? That further development is known as post fertilization. The structures and the events that are taking place. So ready for the new subtopic which we are beginning. So the diagrams are on page number 35. Here this and this. This is for the dicot. This is for the monocot. Now after double fertilization, endosperm and embryo develops. What is double fertilization? The topic we have completed just now here. So, ovules mature into seeds and the ovary becomes the fruit. All these events are called post fertilization events. So, just now the topic that we are going to see would be the future of the fertilization. Here, see this. This was making the endosperm, the stored nutrition. This is making the zygote. So, what is the future development of this and what is the future development of this is our topic just now that I am starting. Can we begin with the development of endosperm made as a result of this? What are the starting? 1, 2 polar nuclei and 1 male gamete making the endosperm. Correct. Now, endosperm takes place before formation of embryo. Why is it so? The answer is it is a nutrition for the embryo, that is a baby plant. So food is kept ready for the future baby plant. Now, baby plant is here and endosperm is here. So this is developing first and this is developing afterwards. This is baby plant embryo and this is food endosperm. So endosperm development takes first. So food is made ready and then the baby plant develops. Now you will understand this. Why is it so? Why the development of endosperm takes place first? So food is kept ready for the future baby plant. The first step in formation of the endosperm is the pen primary endosperm nucleus, figure 2.13. Here, this one. Formed by male gamete fusing with the polar nuclei. It divides repeatedly and forms a triploid 3N endosperm nucleus. What is the ploidy of this endosperm? 3N. The cells of this tissue are filled with reserved food material. And who is going to use it? The embryo. So, embryo is the future baby plant when it will start developing. The pen undergoes successful nuclear division. This one, giving rise to free nuclei. And this stage is called free nuclear endosperm. Now mind well, cell formation takes place and inside it becomes whole filled up of nucleus. Before cell wall formation takes place, what is going to happen? More or less free nuclei are formed inside. So I'll give you one example. You will understand properly. The coconut. Coconut water in tender coconut is the free nuclear endosperm, while the flesh is the cell portion of the endosperm. Endosperm is used by the developing embryo. What is the example where endosperm in the seed inside is not found? Pea, vatana, groundnut, sing, beans, val. Now before seed is matured, this takes place. In some other cases, like castor, dewel, coconut, endosperm persist means it is found in the mature seed also. And it is used in seed germination. When the seed is soaked in water and then it is kept in the ground, or sometimes we are sprouting them in our kitchen also. So that time the endosperm is used up by the germinating seed. It is getting nutrition and it is sprouting. Once it sprouts, then if it is sown in the soil, it will make the future root system and future shoot system and start its own photosynthesis. Till then, what is giving it nutrition? The endosperm. Correct? Now, then there is a question at the end of this topic. If endosperm persist in cereals, yes, the answer is yes. What type of? Recall 11th standard. In maize, rice, wheat, we have done the maize seed structure also. Endosperm is found in the maize seed, all the monocot. We had done that. Correct? Now, so after double fertilization has taken place, endosperm is made by this portion by the fusion of polar nuclei and one male gamete. So this structure we have seen, formation of endosperm. Now we will see how the embryo is being made. So embryo is the egg cell. This egg cell fusing with the one male gamete. Ready for the another one subtopic, that is formation of embryo. Here it is in your book, this topic. We are beginning with this. Okay, listen carefully. Male gametes fertilizes the egg cell. Where is the egg cell lying? Can you see this? Micropyle, and here is the egg cell. These two are the synergids.